Good morning, everyone. Thanks for all your work this week on mean, median and mode, the three main types of average that we use in maths when we're trying to summarise a set of data. You did really well this week. This is just a quick run through of the three types of average and how we calculate them, just to give you a wee reminder. So I've got this set of 9 pupils here who've taken a spelling test, and here are their marks out of 10. So we've got 6, 5, 5, 8, 5, 10, 9, another 5, and another 10. So we've got a range here from 5 to 10. So some of the kids got half the questions right, and some of them got all of the questions right. And we've got a spread of marks in the middle as well. So the question we want to answer is, what was the average mark? So it looks like a straightforward question, but as we'll see, and as we've seen this week, there's more than one possible answer. So first of all, the mode is the most popular answer, the one that occurs most often, and that's quite often the everyday meaning of the averages being the thing that happens most often. Now the terms is just a maths word that means the numbers that occur. So I've got 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 10. Now straight away we'll notice here that I've listed all the 5s and all the 10s. They were the marks that occurred more than once. So there's 4 5s, a 6, an 8, a 9, and 2 10s. What I'm now going to do is just shove them into a table, just to make it a bit easier to follow. And we can see here that 5 is the most common mark, because 5 occurred 4 times, and all the other marks occurred less than 4 times. So that means that using mode to define my average, we have a mode of 5. So we can say that the average pupil got 5 because that was the most common result that pupils got. We might instead, if we don't like that, choose to look at the median. So the median is the one in the middle. What some people do, and a few of you did this week, and I understand why, is they listed all the different marks that occurred. So they listed 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, because they are the numbers that people got. And they said, okay, I've got these numbers, 8's in the middle, so 8 must be the median. And that's yet another example of a good wrong answer. It's sensible mathematical thinking. You've listed all the marks in order, and you've put the one in the middle, which is 8. However, it's incorrect, and the reason it's not correct is because, like we looked at with the mode, we have to look at all the terms. So every time somebody gets a mark, that's a different term. So if I write down all the terms, there wasn't just one person who got 5 out of 10. There were 4 people who got 5. There was a 6, an 8, a 9, and then 2 people who got 10. And when I look at that, I can see that there's 4 5s, then there's a 6, and then there's 4 more numbers, 8, 9, 10, 10. So the middle number, the middle term, is 6. So I've listed all the numbers in order, remembering to note them down every time they occur. I've circled the middle one, which is 6. So that makes the median 6. Finally, now this is the one that most people think of when they think of the word average, the mean. The mean is quite simple, it's the one that's sometimes the hardest to calculate if we don't have a calculator, if we're using bigger numbers or decimals. We have the sum of all marks. Now some of you, again, sensible maths, but not quite right. Some of you, when you were calculating the mean, just added all the numbers together, added all terms together. And here, we add them all together, and we get the answer 63. You can check it if you like. I've checked it a few times. I'm quite confident right this time. And some people just left it at that and said, oh, the average is 63. Well, the average is clearly not 63 because you can't get 63 out of 10 in a spelling test or any type of test. What you need to do is you need to divide it by the number of people that took the test. So we're dividing the sum of all the terms by the number of terms, to use maths language. 63 marks divided by 9 pupils gives us 7. So here, the mean average is 7. So to summarise, if we ask the question, what was the average mark? It was 5 if we use the mode, or it was 6 if we use the median, or it was 7 if we use the mean. So notice there that 3 different types of average give us 3 answers. Now you might think, well, how do we know which one to use? Well, I'm afraid I can't answer that. And the reason I can't answer that is because when we present statistics and we demonstrate them using an average, it's up to us to choose the average that we feel gives the most accurate representation. And that's not a simple question. Some people would say 5 is the best average to use here because it's the mark that most people got. But other people would say, well, wait a minute, 5 is the very lowest mark that the poorest performing students got. So if I say the average person in the class got 5 out of 10, that looks like the class isn't that good at spelling or haven't done their homework this week or whatever. And in actual fact, there were quite a few of the kids in the class up at 9 and 10. Some people might say, well, we should use the mean. But then if we use the mean and we say the average was 7, nobody in the class got 7. Similarly, we could say, well, we'll use the median, and that's kind of in the middle. But again, only one person in the class got 6, and there were quite a lot of people that got way more than 6. So none of these averages is far and away the best one to use here. It really depends on what we're trying to say. And this leads us into something else that we'll look at in more detail in another video, when we look at the speed camera question. When we choose an average, sometimes we can choose the average that suits what we want to say. So if I'm the teacher of this class and I want to say that I've done a great job of teaching them spelling, and I get asked what's their average mark in a spelling test, I'm going to say it's 7, because I want to show that the kids have learned their spelling. Equally, if I want to, for whatever reason, show that the class are not very good at spelling, I'm going to say, well, the average is 5, so they're not very good, so they need to do more spelling homework. So by choosing a different average, I can say something different. So to summarise, the main things we need to remember when we're calculating averages, we need to list all the terms, and that means count all the times a number appears, not just once for each number. When we're calculating the mean, we need to remember to do the dividing sum, which some people forgot. And really, really crucial, finally, choosing the mean, the median, or the mode can give you different answers. And sometimes when we're choosing which one to use, we can choose the one that suits what we want the data to say.